everyone, welcome to my channel 100 Stories. Today I am going to present you story 12. The title of this story is A Bedtime Story-Reversed. By the title, you may have guessed this is the continuation of story 11, and you are absolutely correct. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe my channel 100 Stories for my other 88 stories if you haven't already, and also share, like, comment as well. Now let's begin. A Bedtime Story-Reversed. Hi, I'm Ada. Do you remember me? In the last story, I was there listening my father's story, but this time, I'm here to tell you a story of my own. A story of how I ascended the steps of success. When I was little, my father used to tell me and my twin brother Zain a story about how he tried to reach Europe illegally and failed. We always found that story so fascinating. And I was amazed to know that the person's story we loved to hear so much was none other than our own father. After hearing about how our father's dream was shattered, I and Zain made a pact that we would work as hard as we could and make fame and money. We wanted to achieve a level of success that even our father hadn't dreamt of. Yeah, I know that may sound childish to some people, but we were really serious about that pact we made. Father spent most of his savings on our schooling, which were mainly from the small grocery business we had. He was determined to get us the best education possible, so he enrolled us in the best school in town. Although after doing so much for our education, Zain was much interested in football rather than studies. In contrast, I was excellent in studies. My brother wasn't so quick to give up though. He wanted to convince Dad that football was his dream and what he was born to do. He wouldn't let our dad's opinion shatter his dream. He kept on playing in the streets of Nigeria with his friends, the best player among all of them. After some matches and winning quite a few medals and trophies in school level tournaments, Dad finally agreed that Zain had a gift that he should nurture and keep on getting better. After that, Zain was enrolled in the best football academy in town. Once he was enrolled in that academy, he was so excited that he couldn't believe it. He became quite popular in a short span of time among his fellow football players because of his dedication and excellent football skills. Well, that's it about Zain. Because of my hard work and determination, I got accepted into one of the most prestigious business schools of Europe. I moved there and kept on working tirelessly, studying day and night, until my hard work brought fruit. I graduated as the top of my batch and even became valedictorian. I started working in a business corporation in Sweden. I worked there for a few years as a market consultant. Then I moved to Norway's capital, Oslo. Because of my interest in business from very childhood, I decided to shift my career. I wanted a business of my own. I started my IT business from scratch, first offering service for customer and later extending it to trade of products. It was very hard to set up and make progress in my own business in super competitive market, and there were times that I almost gave up. But I remembered that pact me and Zain made and our promise. I kept on working hard and my business started to grow, at a speedy rate in fact. I kept on making large amount of money. While I was getting my business to kick off, Zain was working pretty hard too to become a professional football player. He took part in many college tournaments and often got his team to win. He is now part of the Nigerian national team and he also has a contract with a known football club of Europe. He is earning good deal of money too. We had done it. We had been successful as we had planned. After we completed the terms of our pact, we decided it was about time for our parents to come to Europe legally. I have a very vivid memory of this event. This was a few years ago. We traveled in our privately hired ship. We sailed across the Mediterranean just like our father did, but in a very different fashion. This was not new for Zain and me, but for our parents it was. They were in complete awe and extremely happy. Dad even more than Mom. When we all stood gazing at the beautiful view of the twinkling water and sunset, our father began to speak. How strange it is, he said with a mix of curiosity and happiness. What is, Dad? I replied, tilting my head and smiling, knowing what he was going to say. This, he said. Zain's lips curved to form a smile too, and we looked at each other. It's strange because 30 years ago I had sailed exactly on this sea, but the story then was a lot different than it is now. Here I am now, sailing with only my family, and there I was then, on a cramped wooden boat, almost dead because of my dream. Well, sweetheart, your dream is fulfilled now, thanks to our wonderful children, said Mom, reassuring my dad. Yeah, Dad, Mom's right, said Zane, patting Dad on the back. Thank you, both of you, said Dad, smiling at me and Zane with utter happiness in his voice and tears in his eyes. Dad, said me and Zane, in perfect sync with each other, as usual. You don't have to thank us. After all, Inigo's dream is our dream. So that's the end of this story, guys. What do you think of this story? Write down in the comment section. But before you do that, I want to tell you the takeaway of this story. So the takeaway of this story is that if you have determination, then your work will bring fruit. So that's the main takeaway of this story. For now, bye guys.